with his map of Iowa and the very latest. Nick?
Yeah, Karen, we've been talking about this for weeks. Democrats were expected to dominate the early vote. Republicans show up on Election Day. And judging by the count here in Iowa, that's what's happening. Joe Biden had a large lead when the absentee ballots came in. Now the number's just in. Almost 3/4 of the vote is in here in Iowa. And there are 1,300 votes separating these two out of more than 1 million. So that represents about a 0.1% difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Donald Trump is gaining more ground in these states, and there he just took the lead here in Iowa as another precinct came in. He is running up the numbers in these rural counties, these small counties, and Joe Biden so far has not gotten the support he needs from the large metro areas, specifically Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, and Waterloo. We're also seeing that same tightening of the race in the Senate race here in Iowa between Teresa Greenfield and Joni Ernst. Greenfield is holding on just by a slim margin, but Ernst has got a lot of rural counties left to come in, so we're going to follow this closely here on Iowa's News Now.
What are you seeing develop? Any patterns, any more results? It's so early on, the precincts were just not coming in. Do you think we're seeing an increase now, especially with Polk County reporting?
Yeah, we are seeing an increase, and we're really focused on the congressional races because right now in eastern Iowa, we're not seeing as many precincts reporting as we are seeing in central and southwestern Iowa. But I wanted to take a quick look at the 1st and 2nd congressional districts. 1st District 1, Abby Finkenauer still has a strong lead, outpacing Ashley Hinson by a 2-to-1 margin, but that is primarily because of the early vote. Still, if that is a majority of the votes that are out there, she's running up good numbers in Dubuque County, Lynn County, and Black Hawk County, the 3 major metro areas in District 1, and that could be enough in the end. We will have to see as the smaller counties come in. Now in District 2, Rita Hart, also a near 2-to-1 advantage over Marionette Miller Meeks. And a big reason for this is Rita Hart was a state senator in the greater Quad Cities area, and she is running up strong numbers in Clinton, Scott, Cedar, Muscatine, and Johnson County. Johnson County, we have all of the votes in Johnson County. She got 70% of the vote in Johnson County. Obviously, that is a big population center, as well as the Davenport area. So that is the good news for Democrats. If they can continue those margins, they can hold the 2 seats here in eastern Iowa.
Iowa's News Now and our political reporter Nick Weig explains what's left to be decided. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Symphony. Well, yes, we are waiting for a lot of those last-minute votes or those absentee votes because I think what people in Iowa need to understand is here in Iowa, we count absentee votes first. But in a lot of these states, particularly Pennsylvania, they haven't counted a lot of these absentee votes yet, and in some places they actually sent poll workers home at about 2:30 in the morning to get some rest, and they're going to come back and begin counting again in the morning. So that's why some of these numbers haven't changed in a while, and that's why we're not seeing races called. But we want to stress they're not turning up new ballots. All of these ballots, as far as we know, were legally cast. They just simply haven't been counted. Now, right now, Nevada remains undecided right now, according to the Associated Press. Joe Biden is leading there. He's got a slim lead. He also has a very slim lead of just 0.2% in Wisconsin right now. Donald Trump could overcome that because we are seeing some outstanding votes coming in from Green Bay, and that is beginning to close the gap even further. So a very close race in Wisconsin. That could really swing things. Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, all right now, Donald Trump leading in those states, but still too close to call, again, because of those early votes and the metro areas that have not been counted yet. Any one of these could still swing to Biden, especially Michigan, and Georgia is still in play. If Biden holds on to Nevada, if Biden can hold on to Wisconsin, one more state, and he is the next president of the United States. If the map goes as it is right now, likely Donald Trump will hold on for a second term. So this is what we're going to be monitoring in the hours and days ahead as we try and determine who is going to get to the magic number of 270. We'll keep monitoring the latest information here on Iowa's News Now.
Nick, what can you tell us about results in some of these key battleground states?
Well, the results in Wisconsin are just about in, but we have some breaking news just moments ago. The Trump campaign announced they are going to request a recount of the results in Wisconsin. Right now, Joe Biden is leading there, but they are allowed to do this based on those numbers. The latest numbers in from Wisconsin, with 99% of the precincts reporting, Joe Biden holds a lead of less than 30,000 votes. So again, that means that there can be a recount in Wisconsin, and the Trump campaign says that's exactly what they're going to call for. Now, it may not matter. There's a lot of things going on here. First, Nevada. they're still counting votes. The Biden campaign is confident when they're counted, they're going to win the 6 votes there. We have Michigan, where Joe Biden has taken the lead. They're still counting votes. They're confident they're going to hold that state. That's another 16 electoral votes. Then we have Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, all being led by Donald Trump right now, but votes are still being counted, especially in Pennsylvania, where they've just begun to count millions of early votes. They're not allowed to count them early like they are here in Iowa. So that could take another day or two, and that could swing this state. If Pennsylvania were to swing for Biden, then even without Wisconsin, he's got the 270 electoral votes to become the next president of the United States. So bottom line, we now have a legal challenge in Wisconsin. We'll see how that plays out with a recount. But Joe Biden right now has more pathways to 270 than Donald Trump does. Still, both candidates have a chance of pulling this off, but a lot of this now hinges on Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania and how those numbers change in the hours and days ahead. So we'll continue monitoring that, and any changes that happen, we'll bring you updates on air and online on Iowa's News Now. Well, good morning, Symphony. The Senate race for the U.S. Congress really is not changing much. Democrats have picked up 2 additional seats. Republicans have picked up 1 additional seat. So we've only seen a 1-seat swing. Democrats needed 4 to take over the Senate, but we do still have 6 Senate races outstanding out there right now. So we're still monitoring where the Senate is going to shake up. Now, here in Iowa, as you can see, Senator Joni Ernst did clean up in the rural parts of Iowa, and Teresa Greenfield just didn't make enough inroads in places like Dubuque as well as Fort Dodge, and she did not get the margins she needed in the bigger metro areas like Davenport, Cedar Rapids, and Des Moines. Now, flipping over to the presidential race here in Iowa, you can see it looks almost identical. And if we go out to the national map now, you can see Joe Biden with 238 electoral votes, Donald Trump with 213. The only real change overnight is the Associated Press has given Arizona to Joe Biden. We are still waiting for the big undecided states right now: Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. I just heard from a contact in Wisconsin. They say that they're expecting additional votes to be reported in a matter of minutes in the Green Bay area. That could be an area where Joe Biden picks up some votes. Right now, Joe Biden in Wisconsin leading by 0.2% with 95% of the vote in. If that holds, he wins Wisconsin, he's 1 state away from the presidency. But if Donald Trump runs the table on all these states, he's got it all sewn up. But of course, Pennsylvania could take some time, as there are a lot of votes out there that we are waiting to hear about because they were not allowed to begin counting their absentee ballots until the polls closed. That's different from here in Iowa. They were allowed to start counting 24 hours in advance. So we're going to continue to monitor this all morning long as developments change in a still undecided race for president. Yeah, Symphony, we've already seen Republicans gain a congressional seat here in Iowa. They could gain another one. Marionette Miller Meeks leads in District 2 by just under 300 votes. This one could likely go to a recount. Now, how does this affect the balance of power in Washington? Take a look at the graphic here. And right now, we're focused on the Senate because Democrats were hoping to take back the Senate. Right now, it's split 47-47, 6 races still outstanding. And we also have in the House, Democrats leading 195 to 185. The odds are that Democrats will still maintain control in the House, but it could be a smaller majority. So what's interesting about this is no matter who wins the White House, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, it could be a much more equal Congress regardless of which party has the majority in each chamber. So that's something we'll be following in the days and weeks ahead here on Iowa's News Now.